Welcome to Ingrid and Chris Bedtime Stories. Tonight, we have a brand new magical adventure that's perfect for helping you relax and drift off to sleep. Get cozy and join us for this enchanting bedtime journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more calming bedtime stories that will make your bedtime routine extra special. The Hidden Kingdom, Beneath the Stars. Far away in a quiet village surrounded by green hills and crystal-clear lakes, there lived a boy named Theo. Theo had always been fascinated by the stars. Every night, he would lie in the grassy fields near his home, gazing up at the night sky, wondering what secrets lay hidden in the stars' twinkling light. His grandfather had told him countless stories about a hidden kingdom that only appeared to those who truly believed in magic. A kingdom that lay not in the sky, but deep beneath the stars themselves. One evening, as the sky turned a deep shade of indigo and the first stars began to peek through the clouds, something strange happened. A single star, brighter than all the others, seemed to twinkle directly at Theo. It flickered 3 times before shooting across the sky in a dazzling display of light, leaving behind a sparkling trail that led far beyond the hills. Theo's heart raced with excitement. Was this a sign? Could it be that the hidden kingdom was real? Determined to find out, Theo grabbed his small hand-carved wooden telescope, a gift from his grandfather, and set off toward the hills. The air was cool and crisp, and the moonlight bathed the land in a soft silver glow. As Theo followed the trail of stardust, he felt the air around him grow lighter, as if the very stars were guiding him forward. After what felt like hours of walking, Theo reached the edge of the village and saw something he had never noticed before. A large, ancient oak tree standing alone on a hilltop. Its roots twisted deep into the earth, and its branches stretched high into the sky. The tree glowed faintly under the starlight, as if it held a secret of its own. At the base of the tree there was a small, circular door carved into the trunk. The door shimmered with a soft golden light. Theo's heart skipped a beat. Could this be the entrance to the hidden kingdom? He knelt down, hesitating for only a moment before gently pressing his hand against the door. To his amazement, it opened with a soft creak, revealing a spiral staircase that descended deep into the earth. Taking a deep breath, Theo stepped inside, the door closing softly behind him. The staircase seemed to go on forever. But as Theo made his way down, the walls around him began to glow with tiny, sparkling lights, like the stars themselves had come to light his way. The air was filled with the scent of jasmine and the soft hum of distant music. Theo's excitement grew with every step. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Theo reached the bottom of the staircase and stepped into a breathtaking underground world. The hidden kingdom was more beautiful than anything he had ever imagined. The sky above sparkled with constellations, even though they were deep beneath the earth. Glowing rivers of silver and gold wound their way through the land, and the trees were adorned with shimmering, star-shaped leaves that swayed gently in the breeze. Theo could hardly believe his eyes. "Is this real?" he whispered to himself. Before he could take another step, a soft voice spoke. "Welcome, Theo." Startled, Theo looked around and saw a figure standing by the riverbank. It was a tall, graceful woman with flowing silver hair and a gown that shimmered like the night sky. Her eyes sparkled with warmth and kindness. "I am Astria, the guardian of the hidden kingdom," she said, her voice soft and melodic. "The stars have been watching you, Theo. They have seen your curiosity and your belief in the magic of the night. That is why they led you here. Theo's heart swelled with awe and excitement. Is this the hidden kingdom my grandfather spoke of? Astria nodded, her smile radiant. Yes, but there is more to this place than you know. The stars that light our kingdom are fading, and the magic that keeps this world alive is weakening. We need your help to restore it. Theo felt a surge of determination. How can I help? Astria gestured toward the shimmering river. Deep within the heart of the kingdom lies the Starstone, a gem that holds the power of the stars themselves. But the gem has been stolen, hidden away in the darkest part of the kingdom by the Shadow King. Without it, the stars will fade, and the kingdom will fall into darkness. Theo's eyes widened. I'll find the Starstone and bring it back, he promised. Astria's smile grew. You are brave, Theo. The path will be difficult, but I believe in you. With Astria's blessing, Theo set off on his quest. The kingdom stretched far and wide, and as Theo journeyed deeper into the land, the once glowing trees and rivers began to dim. The further he travelled, the darker the sky became, and the stars overhead grew faint. Theo knew he was getting closer to the Shadow King's lair. As he crossed a narrow bridge over a dark, swirling river, Theo heard a faint sound, like the soft whisper of the wind. He looked up to see a group of small, glowing creatures flitting through the trees. They were like tiny birds made of stardust, their wings shimmering with soft light. They chirped and sang as they flew around Theo, lighting the path ahead. The starlings, Theo whispered in awe. He had heard stories of these magical creatures. They were said to guide travellers through the darkest parts of the kingdom. Theo smiled, grateful for their company. With the starlings lighting his way, Theo pressed on until he reached the entrance to a dark cave. Inside, the air was cold and heavy, and the walls seemed to absorb all the light around them. Theo could feel the presence of the Shadow King lurking within. Taking a deep breath, Theo stepped inside the cave. The darkness pressed in on him, but the light from the starlings gave him courage. Deep within the cave, Theo saw a faint glow, the Starstone resting on a pedestal in the center of the room. But as he approached, the shadows around him shifted and swirled. A deep, menacing voice echoed through the cave. You've come for the Starstone, but you will never leave with it. Theo stood tall, his heart pounding. I'm not afraid of you, he said, his voice steady. I'm here to save the kingdom. The shadows hissed, forming into the shape of a tall, cloaked figure, the Shadow King. You are brave, but bravery alone will not save you. Theo reached for the Starstone, and as his fingers touched the glowing gem, the darkness surged forward. But the light of the Starstone was too strong. It burst forth, filling the cave with brilliant light, and the Shadow King let out a roar of anger before dissolving into nothingness. Theo smiled in relief as he held the Starstone in his hands. The starlings chirped joyfully around him, their light growing brighter. He had done it. He had saved the kingdom. With the Starstone in hand, Theo made his way back to Astria. As he placed the gem in her hands, the stars overhead burst back into life, glowing brighter than ever before. The rivers sparkled with renewed light, and the trees swayed gently in the starlight. Astria beamed at Theo. You have done more than save the kingdom, Theo. You have restored hope and magic to our world. Theo felt a deep sense of pride and joy. He had always believed in the magic of the stars, but now he had seen it with his own eyes. As the night sky twinkled above him, Theo knew that he would never forget the hidden kingdom beneath the stars. Thank you for joining us on this magical adventure with Ingrid and Chris bedtime stories. We hope Theo's journey has brought you peace and relaxation as you drift toward sleep. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more calming bedtime stories. Sweet dreams and good night!